All right, guys. Well, welcome to our call, our special call tonight. A lot of us were just together here in Michigan, and so much is happening right now in Isogenics, you guys, with the boom in June. So many people are taking that promotion. I mean, there's just so many hitting it, and I mean, gosh, Isogenics, right? They just keep stepping it up. I mean, free hotel, the $200. I mean, just everything. Pictures with Jim and Kathy Coover. And at our last event that we just had up in Michigan, that Terry was just so kind to host for us. And I tell you guys, if you ever have the ability to get in front of Rod and his team and Tanya, I mean, you just have to take advantage of that. And Rod, I would love for you to kind of share that story too. I don't know that if everybody knows just kind of how you knew Kathy 15 years ago and just, all of that too. So when I come on, I'd love for you to just share that too. But just so many of us got to be at that event, and I had people saying it was better than Celebration for them. And I was like, better than, like, when you think about that you have the ability to move people like that, and just everything that you taught us, and just so inspirational. And, a lot of us too that are on here, we went to one of your top 50 events, and we've had the pleasure for 6 weeks to work, with you every week, and do coaching with you every week, and your team and Tanya every week. And I've seen people have their highest cycle weeks, rank advancing, people that were stuck that have gotten unstuck. And so, to see that kind of growth and people that are doing the work, it's so inspirational of just seeing just people take off. And, I know that Celebration's coming up, and what happens at Celebration, right? It's a 90-day game plan for us to get in action. And so you have been so kind to just offer these programs to us, and this color program that we want to talk to you guys about, so that you can be able to connect with anybody and be prepared to go into this 90-day game plan unshakable, and just be able to connect with anybody and understand people. You guys, this is a people business, as Udonna Powers calls it. It's a franchise, right? And so being able to connect with anyone, anywhere, and on their level, so that rejection is never even a factor. And so I would just love for you to kind of maybe talk a little bit about the colors. But for anybody who's never done Healthy Mind and Body, you guys, Rod, I mean, a master trainer with Tony Robbins, who's also going to be at Celebration. So, to be able to have this time with you, we're just so grateful. And I know Healthy Mind and Body is taking everybody to the next level. Laura Hyman, who is on here, is running. She is an IsaBody Challenge finalist, and she hosted a call not too long ago, and she just accredited her success to Healthy Mind and Body, Rod. She was just saying that's really what pushed her through, along with her incredible coaches, Debbie and Jeff, and her amazing husband, who's been along her side and also a 100-pound club winner. So it's just incredible what you guys offer. So without taking up any more time, I just want to bring you guys on and just talk a little bit about the color program, and maybe just share that story about how you come to New Isogenics. I think that would be awesome for everybody.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Casey. I really had a great time with your team this weekend. It was wonderful, and it makes me feel really great that we decided to align with this company. And it was, and to Casey, Casey's talking about my friendship with Kathy Coover and Jim Coover before Isogenics was created. And we lived in Virginia, and she was part of we call Growth U now. It used to be called Wealth Builders. But Kathy was part of that team, and we would meet once a week, and we were coaching and so on. And prior to her being part of Growth U, she was, we were in a business together. And Kathy, again, was at the top of the business, doing really, really well. We became really good friends, and the business kind of the leaders had some integrity issues. And Jim and Kathy decided that was it, I'm going to retire. And during that time of coaching and having a really, really good time in retirement, John Anderson started calling her. And, without going too deep into that, she blew it off, and even Jim couldn't get her to call him back. And I'm going to use what we talk about in the colors is how I communicated with Kathy, because I knew that Kathy was acting from a place of woundedness, she wasn't being herself. And what I needed to get Kathy to do was just listen. I didn't know John Anderson. We didn't know what he was even offering. But we knew that if Kathy was in a great state, she would actually call him back. If Kathy was being Kathy, she would call him back. If Kathy was being her authentic self, she would call him back. And that's what I told her. I said, if you were your authentic self, would you call him back? And she goes, probably. And I said, well, you should call him. And the rest is history. It wasn't called Isogenics. It was nothing there. So I think they called me one time after they moved to Arizona. But then 15 years later, or 14 years later, we reconnect. And the rest is history. So it's a little bit of a connection there. A lot of people wonder how I got into the company so quickly. Well, we were friends, and they knew what our products could do. And right away, they wanted Healthy Mind and Body. They had this all planned as soon as we got back together. So I just wanted you guys to kind of know the history a little bit and kind of know that how I communicate is with the colors when I'm in front of the room or anything else. And it's so interesting, guys. You know, this is not a personality profile. This system was created 2010 when we were the largest consultant in the world for plastic surgeons, double board certified plastic surgeons. And we went to 71 of the largest cities in the United States. Okay, 71 when it was all said and done. And they had a problem. The problem was they had high cancellations because they didn't know how to talk to patients. They had low patient satisfaction scores, yet the doctors were doing amazing surgeries. And then the doctors that had some level of communication that weren't as good at surgery somehow had high patient satisfaction scores. And it was driving doctors crazy. Like, what's wrong with people? And I started explaining to them that the surgery starts when you open your mouth. People buy for emotional reasons and they justify with logic. Anything that's subjective comes down to an emotional meaning, not a logical meaning. It's logical for people to be healthy, but everybody, who in the world doesn't know that they need to be healthy? So when we're trying to make a logical sell, it's logical I need to lose weight. It's logical I should work out. It's logical. Well, that's not everybody knows that. There's nothing new anymore, folks. Everything comes down to emotional currency, okay? And what is emotional currency? Well, emotional currency is this. We do everything we do for emotional reasons. Everything. The car we buy, the house we buy, whether we think we're saving or we're being significant or we're doing things for our family, everything comes down to some level of emotion. And the cool thing about it was we implemented this and we broke it down to 4 patterns for the plastic surgeons. And the 4 patterns worked so beautifully that they want these colors taught in medical school. Now, like I said, this is not a personality profile. What this is how do you align with people's emotional why before you offer them any type of product that can improve their life? In other words, how do I give you your emotional wants before I give you something you need? People don't buy needs, they buy emotional wants, okay? And if I wanna, in anything you're looking to sell me, you have to align, you have to give me my emotional currency. Money is, guys will, it's so funny because it's people that will invite you into a business and you'll say no to the opportunity with that person. Somebody else will come along and you'll say yes. I get that a lot. People will call me and go, "That I talked to that person first and I introduced them to Isogenics and they joined with this person over here." And I said, well, that person got them to truly listen. You didn't. Okay? And that's all we want. I want you to understand the definition of listening. Listening is taking in information with empathy and without judgment. That's all we want. I want to get past, I want to pay you an emotional currency so that you listen to this opportunity. And those are your colors. That's the colors, okay? And we got the doctors we did a test, and it was so dramatic, the test in New York City, that the doctors did a video to go to the rest of the United States, the rest of the big cities in the United States, to tell every doctor they need to give this a try, right? And we started, and we went to Arizona, and then or Phoenix, and we went to Dallas, and we went to Sacramento, and we went to Beverly Hills. And every office had a dramatic change, from the front desk down to the techs, to the consultants, and the physicians. Then we thought, will this work with money? Yeah, anything that creates uncertainty, it works. Will this work with health? Yeah. And right before we connected with Isagenix, we had a call from Lifetime Fitness, all the Lifetime Fitness gyms, to introduce this to their gyms. And before we did that, we joined Isagenix, and we started building programs, and we thought, let's put it on the shelf. So the cool thing about this, guys, we have not introduced this in the health arena yet, but I'm talking about the banking, the credit union is $1 billion credit union where we launched it and tested it. And they had a 98% member approval rating. And they won the national award of all credit unions just because they learned how to communicate effectively. Now, here's what this is going to do for you. What it did is it didn't change the member or the customer or the patient. What it did is it changed the person that was communicating to the patient, the customer, the member. You're going to change because you're not going to be freaking focused on yourself, thinking about the worst that can happen, or nervous about closing people, or nervous that these people might not like you, or nervous about, or bowling people over, only when I'm so aggressive that I don't care, that I can sell. No, you don't have to do any of that. What you have to do is you have to start recognizing that life is about pattern recognition. And then when I can recognize the patterns that people think from, notice I said the word pattern. Guys, in this world with almost infinite information, if I Google something, guys, I have 5 pages to go through to figure out which is going to be the best. Which is the right deodorant? Which is the right shampoo? What is the right lotion? What is the right food? What is the right way? What is the right company? What is the right... It's massive uncertainty in the world because people have a lot of information. There's a lot of choices in everything. And so what people are doing now is they're locking in because they need certainty. They can't wake up every day and just do something new or go and redo everything in their life. They have to lock down because they have so many options. So when you're coming to people's lives, even though they're not getting the results, you're creating uncertainty. Even though they know they need to be healthy, they know they need financial success, they know they need to be part of a greater culture, you're creating uncertainty. And we watched it happen even in the meeting this weekend, where you saw people just go back to their certainties around why they can't, or why this won't work, or why. And you saw that, and that's what we're dealing with. Or any reference that I have that has nothing to do with what we're offering. People go into their patterns. You are a pattern interrupter, and the way you interrupt the pattern is you align with the almost emotional strategy, the emotional currency that's needed for people to listen to what you're bringing to the table. And that's what the doctors did. And it was such a dramatic change. People started being happy and not only that, apologizing and wanting to be around that person. Because if you can bring me certainty or align with the things that make me certain in my life, I'll pay you for that. And you can bring me certainty or align with the things that I have inside of me that make me know that this is something that emotionally aligns with me, I will pay you for that. I will pay you to make me feel a sense of self-esteem or significance or empowerment and purpose or connection. I will pay you. I will gladly join and align with what you're doing, because here's what I know, guys. I have to grow. I want to grow, and I'm afraid to do it. And so if you're going to come and you know my signal, you know my call. A long time ago, we did something that was so crazy, guys. We had like 500 people in the room, and we blindfolded everyone. And we had 250 people on one side of the room, 250 people on the other side of the room. And we had these little sounds. We had 250 different sounds, and people had to keep their blindfold on. And the people had to listen for their sound, and they had to go through and move through people without taking their blindfolds off to just find their sign, find the sound that matched the sound that they had. And it was such an interesting thing. It was so long ago, I don't even remember what the facilitator was attempting to do, but I thought I was so freaking happy when I found my mate, my sound, my group, right? And that's what we're inviting people into. But you got to know my pattern of uncertainty, and there's only 4. And those are your 4 colors. Okay? Again, not a personality, because people can be a different color in different categories of their life. But when I'm offering them isogenics and I can see their body language, I watch their eye contact, I watch what they're doing with their mouth, with their dress, I know instantly what the color they are. And I know instantly how to align with that. Okay? And I know instantly how to write to that. I know instantly, it's like so amazing, because they started building the marketing around the colors. The CRM, how the call center would call out, was based on the colors, right? Because again, it is my job not to talk to you the way I want to be spoken to. And that's what you guys do. And that's why a lot of people are afraid to talk to people in the first place, because you treat people that sell you like crap, right? This is just a tip. If somebody cold calls you and you treat them really, really awful, you're telling your nervous system that the person you're going to call is going to treat you really awful. Okay? So don't, that's hypocrisy, and it's too much of it. Stop being mean to people that's looking to sell you. Say no nicely. Give them a hug, high five them. But if you're going to act like an ass and then think you can go out and talk to people, and that's why you're so nervous, right? Because you treat people that way. You have a certain belief system about it. When we were field sales reps, when I ran my field sales rep team, you guys know that we would buy everything that people would sell. If they came to the door, we would buy it. If they called us, we would buy it. We wanted our minds trained that everybody was going to say yes to us. And this is before we knew the colors. We buy everything, because we knew we were going to make that money, because people were going to say yes to us. It was zero fear, because we trained our nervous system that people love to hear what we're bringing to the table. They might not always be able to afford it right now or do it, but they love to hear about it. They love and they want to do it. And it is my job to support them in getting it done. That's what the colors are going to support you in doing. You're going to be excited about looking. And it's so funny, because one of the things that I love about the program is that you're going to notice, your eyes are going to be like this to each person you talk to. You're not even going to think about yourself. You're going to be like, holy crap, I think that's a double color. Right? People are going to be typing me, wow, can they have 3 colors at once? No. Okay, let me go look at them again. Holy crap, I do think they have a double color. We got a new program. I introduced this to my first cousin. He and I grew up like brothers, and he super successful guy, PhD at Georgia Tech, you know, and always was the nerd smart one. And he worked really, really hard, so hard that his marriage broke up, and it was devastating for him. And he's like, no, I got to go back on the market, and I don't know how to even talk to people. And so I taught him the colors. And this is my phone at like every third day. Oh my God, the yellows are amazing. I'm like, oh my God, okay, here we go. And he teaches me the colors. This has been going on now. So after you guys learn them, can I have him call you? Can we take turns with him? You guys volunteer and send me your number because he needs some help. He's got some issues. He's in love with the colors and dating. And he can tell you, like, it's every night I get a call, a different color. And then he educates me, and then he sends me all of these notes, like on it. So just showing you that it has some side benefits for those of you that want to go out.
And you know, that's when you're talking about, you know, that story, that just makes me think of too, like, you know, with the side benefits, like being able to understand my husband better, right? And
yes.
I mean, the relationship on that aspect, or, you know, if you're somebody, or just with any of your family members at that aspect, any of your relationships, friends, your kids, you know, was something that I have really loved just from what I know about the colors and been working with them with you is it's really helped me though, take my product users and really cast even the business for them. And so, you know, not even thinking about introducing somebody into Isogenics, right? Think about the people who've come into Isogenics, even people that have been inactive, that were not even using the products. I have been, like, they used them and they stopped using your methods. I have been able to reactivate people that are now coming to Celebration based on that. And you think about that, right? So even for our team members that we already have, I love the colors. I'm so excited about the colors.
Yeah, well, anytime anybody wants to grow, when you're telling someone you can grow in any aspect of your life, whether it's relationships, health, financial, that creates uncertainty. Okay? And all success lives in uncertainty. If it was certain to you, you wouldn't need to be on this call. You wouldn't need to do anything. It would be there. You got to realize, guys, life, our capability comes down to how close we are to that capability and our certainty being aligned. In other words, all of our success right here, everybody on this call, our vision lives in uncertainty. And we have to be able to influence ourselves and other people in order to get there. Okay? And that's what it's truly all about. These are growth colors. Anytime I'm telling people that they need to grow and expand, and I can help you get there, when I'm telling them that they need to step out of their comfort zone and make some things happen, and I can support you with that, that's what we're doing here. And that's what you're learning how to do. A lot of you that went through Health and Mind and Body, you're going to understand why we say the things we do in the videos. People can't understand how we can keep people in for 60 days because we're doing the colors.
The colors.
Right.
So, and when we were at Top Achievers, and I know I see Debbie and Jeff are on here, Alvi, Laura and Myron, we were all at Top Achievers, and, you know, they said, universal, you guys, universal, it was a question, and it was talked about, like, when people are happiest, and people are happiest, like people were saying, like, when they're in love, when they're peace, when, you know, when they have wealth or health, and all these things came out, and universally around the world, people are happiest when they're growing, when there's progress. The only way to do that is to jump outside of the comfort zone, right? To jump into that uncertainty. And so, you know, you just think about that I mean, that to me was just so powerful. So I don't know if you're going to kind of talk about the program, or if Tanya's going to jump on and she wants to talk
about it. I'll have Tanya come and talk about the mechanics, but, you know, I want you guys to know in all of our programs, it's built on 5 different aspects. And I want you guys to all think about it, because I'm going to lead these with live Zoom calls like this. You have an online portal. But I want you guys to think about something when you get into this. This is a journey, and we're all going to go together. And at the end of it, just like the other programs you've gone through, you're going to be different. I'm going to be there so that and I'll ask you at the end, what did you get? And it's going to be amazing. We put our money where our mouth is, but more importantly, we are there. So I want you to look at this a little bit different than an online program. I want you to look at this that we're going to learn influence at the deepest level. And some of you are going to be like, ooh, we can manipulate people with this. Everybody on this call, you're a moral, ethical person. And so just kind of understand that. But every one of our programs, they have these 5 components because we're going to grow. You guys are going to become influencers at a very high level. And we're going to hold you accountable. So accountability is that first aspect of growth that you have to embrace. You have to be accountable to each other, right? So if you're going to do this and you're going to invest your time, which is the most important resource in the world, money, for the price we're charging for this, it's nothing. And everybody in this call will say that it's nothing. So it bothers me when people even talk about the financial aspects of it. It's your time that's most precious. And that's where I'm going to take that very seriously. Myself, your advisors are going to support you through this. So accountability, proactively be accountable to the people on this team when you get into this program. Be accountable to doing your exercises. Being accountable, guys, you got to talk to people. That's the business. So you get a chance now to go talk to people and practice. This is the perfect thing. And guess who changes? You and them. It's a complete win-win. The next ability is responsibility. You have to take back your ability to respond. You have to realize, guys, some of you have been using one mode of influence, and there's four. And when you're using one, you're kind of boring. Some people they're bored of themselves. So anybody kind of bored of themselves, like, God, I'm bored of me. Like, you're boring, right? Well, we're going to solve that a little bit. We're going to give you some ability to respond. You're going to change it up. And it's going to be really cool. You're going to be really cool. Michael calls me because Michael is changing. And he doesn't get it. He's liking himself. We're not manipulating people. We're manipulating ourselves and aligning to what they want, okay? Right? I want you to think about that. We're going to communicate to people the way they want to be communicated to. That's all we're doing. We're providing a higher level service. The next ability, and it's so important, is our capability. You have to believe that you can do this. It's in you. Probably what frustrates me most is when people put people on pedestals and, guys, you're just like me. You're just like Casey. You have the same substance, you just have a different style. Okay? So just know that our job is to bring your style out. Please believe that you're capable of doing this. Don't be so arrogant to say that I know who I am and I'm here and that's crap. That's crap. You didn't choose your conditioning. You got this program. That's like buying an iPhone and not buying any new apps going, my iPhone sucks and I'm just stuck with it. No, you're just too lazy to go to the app store. Take your app to the app store and start putting some new crap on your phone and stop being boring. Capability, come on, guys. Step out of the thing. Well, I've been this way for 20 years. Well, stop being that way, damn. If you know you're walking the wrong way, turn around. Okay? Capability, you're capable of making this happen. Okay? Next one is flexibility. Okay, I get fired up about this one. You ever meet people that nothing's working in their life, but they know everything? I got an uncle like that. He's fat and broke and lonely, and he knows everything. Oh, you're in that personal growth stuff. That stuff don't work. I know it doesn't work for you, fatty. You know what? I apologize. I'm taking out all my family business on this call, and I apologize. I just kind of went off on a little rant right there, and I'm sorry about that. Okay, let me bring it back in. Please be flexible. Just open your mind. I promise you, we'll put the logic, the why, we'll lay it all out. But you have to choose to be flexible. Is so many people stuck right now, and they're not getting any results, and man, they're staying stuck, and they like being stuck, but then they're always around you with a frown on their face looking constipated. You can be flexible. Things will change. The courage to be flexible. Flex. So flexibility is key. And then the last one, it takes this, guys, and this is a big one for growth. You have to be vulnerable. Vulnerability. What does vulnerability mean? Vulnerability is saying, hey, habits, patterns, belief systems, if you're not aligned with my vision, you got to go, even though I'm comfortable with you. Your vision. You guys are going to create your vision for how you want to build your business. And you got to be vulnerable. You got to let vulnerability let it out. Vulnerability is power. Robbins is coming to Celebration. He's going to talk a lot about that. Okay? He's going to talk a lot about vulnerability because it's powerful. Vulnerability is saying it is what has to happen before you step out of your comfort zone and into uncertainty where all opportunities live. Vulnerability has to happen, especially for us at this time in our life. And so what you're doing, not only, guys, you have to do it for yourself, and we're going to show you, but you're going to lead people. You're going to help people become more accountable because you're going to know their color. You're going to help people become more responsible because you know their color. You're going to help people become more capable, more flexible, and more vulnerable. And that's when they can grow. That's when your teams can grow. So I want to turn this over to Tanya. I just want to thank you for allowing me to come on. And sorry for airing family business, but you guys are my family too. So I love you. And I'll see a lot of you in the colors.
You had everybody laughing. I can see, everybody out there. If you can see everybody, I've been going back and forth. Everybody's face is just laughing. I think we all know those people who are stuck and they know everything. And, and so it's like your life is growing, but it's, they're uncomfortable and they're not willing. When they see us growing. So thank you so much, Rod. Again, everybody that has ever been, that, has been to one of your events, been in one of your programs out of my team is just excelling and just growing. And it's just, you're just so brilliant. And it's no wonder why Kathy and Jim sought you out, and, Healthy Mind and Body is here. You just make it so fun. And I've done, so much coaching or programs and things like that. But to have you every single week, like do you guys realize that? Like you think about, a master trainer, of Tony Robbins, you mentor billionaires, and here you are with us every single week. It's just incredible. Just your 6-week program. So Tanya, I'm going to make sure you're unmuted. All right, you are. And for those of you who have never met Tanya, I know the people who know are waving and blowing kisses because we love Tanya. She has become a dear friend of mine, and she is brilliant. She is caring. She is kind. She joins us every week too, and I just feel so blessed to have you as a friend, Tanya. Just in my life, and just all the love that you pour into us, and just everything. So just go ahead, girl, do your thing. Share this incredible program with us, and thanks again, Rod. And let me know if you want to see my screen, Tanya.
Perfect. No, thanks, Casey. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, you sound great.
Thanks for being cool with my casual Sunday look. Casey, you're awesome. Rod, that was amazing. And to flip through this screen and see all these faces, I think I pretty much have met or know everybody on this team, and it's a dynamic team. It is so good to see your faces. And I know one thing that's really, really powerful is that Casey told me, we met Casey about, 7 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. And we became very, very close so fast. And I think the main thing was that we immediately recognized that growth is our highest priority. And all of Casey's success is attributed to her ability to grow and to create a culture where people feel safe to do the same thing, and to have people feel like this is their new home. And she said, you know, I'm constantly coming up with retreats. I'm constantly coming up with programs. I'm constantly coming up with what the next thing is, because we just got started. We're on this amazing journey, and these lives, everybody's lives are changing. And she said, I have these very big visions for myself, and I really want to make sure that we're putting people in the best position to get to know who they really are and what their purpose is and what their vision is, and to be able to expand it through conditioning. And it was like immediately she got it, and immediately she realized that there's so much more I want to offer my team, and here's what I want to do for the remainder of the year. Here's what I want to do in 2018. And here's my big vision. And it was like, wow, this is the type of leader we really want to work with, because what we do really, really well, like really damn good, like some of the best in the world, is conditioning. We get how important it is to grow and to be the investor mindset. And so it was just a win-win. And so we're really honored to be working with Casey and her team, and some of these leaders on your team too. Like I see the BBs, it's so good to see you, and Alvi, and there's so many really dynamic people in this group right now, that the Hymans, like, we love you, your family. So what I want to do is just say very quickly, for everybody here in this group, if you're being exposed to the 4 colors of influence, how to align with anyone, anywhere, anytime program right now, just know that there's something really special about your growth path right now, because this is not, it's not exposed yet to the world. We've been cultivating this for the last 8 years. We have the most amazing case studies, and this is not a personality assessment. This is not what David Wood teaches. I want to make that clear. Somebody actually posted that in the chat. I think it's so powerful. You recognize that this is not anybody's personality. You're not locked in. Nobody can lock you in, because you're always growing, you're always changing, you're always moving through deception, and so are your prospects, so are your spouses, so are your kids, so are the people on your team. So this program is a behavior-based pattern recognition program. This allows you to recognize immediately, quickly, and identify what is somebody's most significant and relevant emotional motivation in that moment, in that situation, so that you know how to very quickly align and be able to communicate in their language, not your language, their language. So what you're going to do in this program is become a master at influence, and you're going to become what we call quadlingual, meaning you know how to communicate in 4 beautiful, powerful emotional languages. What you're going to probably learn more than anything is what your own emotional languages are. So depending on the role that you play in your life and the cycle of growth that you're in and the thing that you're making a decision about, you are any one of these colors. You're not one color, you're any one of them. And it just depends on what it is, what the pressures are that are in place, and really, what do you want? And this is the best part, is you'll become more internally motivated, more confident, more sure of yourself, so that in any environment you walk into, you're out of your freaking head and you're very clear on what energy you're getting in front of you and how to immediately meet that need, how to immediately align with them, and how to immediately recognize that emotion is behind everything that you see. I mean, this is the next level of influence. So if you're listening to this right now, it's not by accident. It means you're ready for it. So we want to invite you, if you're ready to really coach with us and get that next level for yourself. If you're brand new to personal development, if you're brand new to Isogenics, or you're about to be a millionaire, some of you are on this call right now, you are ready to take your influence skills to the next level. That's the beauty of this program. You will hear things, see things, read things, discover things about yourself you did not even know. And then you'll start to make connections and distinctions that will literally make you cry, happy, connect with people that you needed healing, that you didn't even realize you needed healing. And for anybody who's in top 50 and just wrapping up your integration with Casey, you learned about the colors. However, we are going to go way deeper than you even know, at least 6 layers deeper in this program. So you're going to know how we emotionally wound people without even realizing it. You're going to learn the postures, the archetypes. You're going to learn what is more important when it comes to leading with questions and conversation with people. And you're going to know immediately what they need from you. And you're going to sit there going, wow, was it that easy? Why did I make it so hard? Because it's not about you. It's about them, and it's about what they need. So with that said, I just really want to say, for everybody who says right now, this is something I need, I know I need, this will help me moving into August for the 90-day game plan. then join us. We kick off July 10th. It's a Monday, and it literally ends pretty much the same week that celebration begins. So it's perfect timing. We're going to coach live with Rod once a week, and then you're going to have a team call with me and Casey once a week, and we're going to go deep. And we're going to really start applying this at a high level. So the program is $595. When you sign up by July 1st, it's $50 off. So you have the next, I would say, week to act on it, take advantage of this early bird discount, and we highly recommend you do that. We're also going to make it easy on anybody who has a challenge with their budget right now. If you are ready to go with this, don't let money hold you back. You have to be an investor. You have to grow. There's no other way around this. We're offering up to 10 installments, you guys. That's like $50 a month to pay this program off. You don't have an excuse. We want to coach with you. We want to work with you, and you need to qualify yourself into this program. So we're going to post a link. We're going to post a code. There's a promotion code for you. Promotion code. Can I not talk tonight? Promotion code to enter in as you start to register for this program, and then you'll go ahead and pick your payment plan. There's various monthly options for you. And then that's it. Then we begin. We kick off, and it's all powered by Zoom. So you're going to really recognize that this is going to work really well in your very busy schedule. I promise you, everyone's out vacations. You're probably going to sit here like, how can I make this program work? I'm already in 5 different programs. I work overtime. You know, I've got this and that. I'm on vacation. I don't know if I'll have internet. Those are all excuses. You got this. This program's so flexible. It will work anywhere you are, and we record everything. So let's work together. Let's coach. Let's take to the next level. And I just think the best thing for us to do is just post all the info, click the link to register, promo code, all of that's all going to be waiting for you. Casey, is that good?
Yeah, that's good. And I don't know too, if there's any, could we post it in the chat right now? Like, is that possible to put that in the chat right now, or?
I'm going to do it right now. Ready?
Okay, perfect.
Well, and that's a good point, because if you go online right now to Growth U, you're not going to see this program in the start date because it's private. It is a special group that we've hosted with Casey for her team because this was the time frame she wanted leading up to celebration. All right, so make sure if you sign up for this program that you follow this special link, and I'm going to put this promo code in, so when you actually register for it, make sure you enter this and you'll get $50 off. Pick the payment plan that works best for you, and we're good.
You know, and I just want to share just some testimonies as far as you know, and I know that there's some calls on here or some people on here that were in our last group, and you know, someone said that if they were offered $1 million, they would not take it if it meant that they never did the last 6-week program that we did with you guys because of the growth. I mean, you think about that. Like, I mean, it really is. I mean, just the growth of the people that have done it. It's like, we have to do another one right now. I know celebration is coming up, but it's like, you can't not do that. And I thought about, you know, when we thought about the installment payments and, you know, breaking it up in 10, you guys, $50, $60 a month, that's going out to eat one time, right? That's having a couple glasses of wine throughout the month. Like, you think about that. Like, where's the investment? We invest in our health. You know, if you have a gym membership, somebody was telling me their CrossFit the other day, it was like $115 a month. This is our mind. This is our business. This is us aligning with anybody that we're speaking with. And I was like, I can't believe you guys have it so cheap, just knowing the kind of coaching that you guys do. So I think it's just the greatest deal in the world. So one cycle, right, Ray? Like, I agree. Is your business growth and aligning with anybody worth the cycle, right? Like, worth one cycle. So that's awesome. So Tanya put in the chat, you guys, so go to the chat and you can see where that code is. And so as far as like on July 10th, you know, that's when we're going to kick off. So we'll have all that information. It's so great. If you've never been on one of their live coaching programs, it's registered all in kind of like with Healthy Mind and Body, how you go in. It's just so organized. It has the live calls, the links there, the recordings, just your whole files there. So, I mean, it makes it so easy for you to do. And that accountability has been just my favorite thing, because sometimes, you know, life happens. We get busy. We don't maybe feel like doing that extra thing or doing our personal development because we think that we're so busy that we can't. And that accountability, though, pushes us to do it. So that's been one of my favorite things, too, is I've been more accountable doing this program and staying true to it than anything else. And I know it's because of that social accountability. So, and just who doesn't want to be on a live call with Rod and Tanya every freaking week, like for the price of a couple glasses of wine or going out to eat once a month? I mean, really. So All
Hey,
right. So
Casey, I know we took up a lot of time on this team call. Really quickly, sweetie, there's a couple questions coming in. Do
yep.
you mind if I answer them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, is this colors program different from top 50? Yes, it is. We introduce the colors in top 50 and we go significantly deeper in the 4 colors of influence, how to align with anyone, anytime, anywhere. Next question I saw was couples. Somebody was like, hey, do we have a couples discount? If you're a couple, if you are in a relationship together, send me a message through Growth U. Just scroll down to the bottom of the page and click contact us, send a message. Let me know that you're a couple and you're interested, and we'll work with you on that. But for now, it's an individual promo code for you to sign up as an individual. So I don't know how many couples we have out there, but we understand and we get it. And it is way better to take this program with your couple, with your spouse, if you can. The program itself, though, is on a whole module-based system that's very personal. So you're going to be going very deep for you and what you're moving through, what you're growing through. It's your own personal program, and you're going to be filling in information that's your own journal. So I want to say, yeah, while it's ideal to go through it as a couple, you also want to have your own portal, your own program, and your own profile for your own growth. Let me see if there's any other questions. I think that was it. Is there anything else?
Lori and Melanie both said the July start date's not coming up. I do believe you might have to be signed in first.
You have to be a member. You have to join as a member. Then go back to the link that's in this actual thread. Go back to that link to make sure you can get to this program because it's private. There's no way you can get to it from the public page. What is the code? The code is CK Colors, and this is for anybody who can't see the team chat thread. But Casey, I'm guessing you can probably post this in a thread for your entire team so they can see.
I'll post it in the thread, you guys, and then also, we'll put the recordings up until the July 10th. So if anybody wants to, watch it in our groups or whatever, then they can, be a part of it too. If they weren't able to jump onto this one right now, so we can put that up and I'll put this recording along with the codes.
And yes, you have to be a member of Growth U. It's free and it's amazing. We have a program that's there for you every day for 365 days. So there's such a bonus to be part of our community. I see you, Suzanne. Woo! And I want to say, I know some of you are still having payment plans for top 50. You'll probably be on payment plans for a few more years with us because you're not done growing. We have so many amazing programs. So you might as well just accept that now. We're your mentors. Your peers are your mentors. We're your coaches. This is important, and you recognize it's not just about going to events and getting filled up and fired up. This is about daily conditioning. Casey is all about it, and this is why we're working so closely with her, because we want to work with people that get it.
I want to piggyback on that, Tanya. So many of us, and I don't know how long you've been in Isogenics. I saw total different ranges of everybody just putting in where they're from and how long they've been in Isogenics. And so many of us, we can go to an event, we can get filled up, we can get inspired, right? Plug back in, charge our battery. But then we come home and it's like, if we don't have that thing, or maybe, even our spouse, right, might not be on board or something. So to have something to continue to plug into the community and the inspiration and this coaching, and I mean, just the mastery that Rod brings, you think about that. It's when people go home, that's probably like at the event, it's easy to be excited, at those. And so it's coming home and really then that application, because we can learn all day, but if we're not applying what it is, and this really just helps with that application and applying. So that's why I know people just saw such quantum leaps that were in the last program. So just truly incredible. So, all right, guys, we'll get all that information posted. Is there anything else that you want to say, Tanya?
No, hey, WK, what up? I just saw you. Woohoo!
You guys ain't never seen WK speak, and those people and they got to get some WK filled. Now that was a
big love for that man.
No doubt. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll get this stuff up, and for anybody who's ready to grow and to do it with us, come on, join in, and yeah. So, all right, that's it, guys. So happy Sunday. Everybody have a good one, and love you guys. And we will see you guys hopefully after July 10th on our first call. So, all right, bye, guys.
I love you.
Mwah! Love you. Hold on, where's the unmute? We can unmute for a second. All right, bye guys.
Yeah, yes, you can.
And